custody and parenting time can be modified upon a showing of what's known in legal terms, a change of circumstances. The simplest level, a change of circumstances can mean that the child's developmental needs have changed. If there's a dissolution or a child custody order when the child is 1 year old or 2 years old, the parenting time is going to be different than it is if a child is 9 or 10 years old. Generally, when they're very young and developmentally still in a very early stage, parenting time will largely reside with one of the parents. When they're an infant, there might not even be overnight parenting time. But once a child is 4 or 5 years old, you can go back to the court and seek a modification based on the fact that the child's developmental needs have changed, and more time would be awarded to the non-custodial, the parent with the least amount of parenting time. By the time children are 6, 7, 8 years old, we'll often see equal parenting time schedules that have developed from schedules earlier where maybe the father had the children every other weekend or maybe one night a week and not even an overnight. That's the base level of modification. If you want to modify legal custody, that's a little higher hurdle than parenting time alone. Because to modify legal custody, say there's an award of joint legal custody, and one of the parents thinks it's more appropriate for the custody order to be sole legal custody for one of the parents. You have to prove that circumstances have changed such that the court could view the children's development to be at risk. They call it endangerment is another word for that. So if you can show there's neglect, if you can show that they're not getting their vaccines on time, if you can show that there's domestic abuse or sexual abuse, if you can show other types of things that say that the new partner of the other parent is violent and the children are witnessing acts of domestic violence, that's grounds for modifying legal custody. But it's a very high hurdle. It's not going to happen under a court order unless you can, make the threshold case that these children their psychological or their physical or mental health, intellectual development is all at stake and is being harmed. For instance, the parent isn't getting the children to school on time, or they're absent 20 times a semester. Grounds to change legal custody.